Hi there, Laurel here. Welcome to another Simply card making video with me. Today I'm going to make a very simple and easy set of cards using the Misti stamping tool and also the DIY custom blend ink distress pads that I made in a previous video. I will link it right here. So I'm using this stamp set from W+9 and again the Misti, and I'm going to take my stamp. I've got a piece of watercolored cardstock nestled there in the the left-hand corner of my Misti. I'm going to line up where I want my stamp to be. I'm going to use those crazy super duper heavy magnets, don't let them touch each other magnets, to hold my paper in place. And once I have my stamp secured, I'm going to pick it up with the I call it the door over there to the right. It's what the acrylic block is, and that'll hold my stamp. And I'm going to use these custom blend ink pads. This is the Abandoned Coral, Picked Raspberry, and Seedless Preserves DIY that I did. Again, I've got a whole video on how I made every single one of these ink pads that I will link here and below in the description. If you missed how I inked up the stamp because I was babbling, don't worry, I'm going to do it 3 to 4 more times in this video. So I inked up my stamp, and I'm just going to press down, and then I would lift up. I get this beautiful colored. It's just so pretty, and it's so easy to do. So moving on to the next color here. This is Evergreen Bough, Cracked Pistachio, and Peacock Feathers. I'm going to take my ink pad, and you can see I'm shimmying it back and forth. Jiggy jiggy, shimmy shimmy, whatever you want to call it. Just making sure I get complete coverage with the ink pads. Then I'm spritzing it with water. I think I failed to mention that the first time. So I'm doing 2 or 3 spritzes, and then I'm going to press down. Because I put that paper down there nestled in that corner, it's going to stamp in the same place every single time. And I love this combination. I think this color combination is pretty. These DIY pads, you can make any custom colors you want. And you can do more than 3 colors if you want to. You can probably do multiple colors, I don't know. So I'm going to pick up the next stamp again. This is Abandoned Coral, Picked Raspberry, and Seedless Preserves. And here I am just shimmying back and forth, just making sure my stamp has coverage. And then I'm going to spritz it with some water. You could also do a Perfect Pearls mist here if you wanted to. I'm going to press down and then lift it up. So pretty. Let's move on again. Once you do this 1 or 2 times, you get in a groove here. Between each stamped impression, I am wiping it off with I have a microfiber cloth there. This blend is squeezed lemonade, spiced marmalade, and ripe persimmon. So here I am, just shimmy shimmy, jiggy jiggy. You can change up your sentiments too or whatever, but I just love using the Misti. It's just so easy. Spritzed it with water again. I see that I missed as I was about to close. I see I missed the top part of those words, so I'm just going back in with my ink pad, spritzing it again, and then stamping. So easy to do. And if you make a mistake and you don't get a good impression the first time, because you're using the Misti and everything's lined up perfectly, you can do another stamp again and no problem. This is Cracked Pistachio, Seedless Preserves, and Picked Raspberry. So again, I'm inking up my stamp. I think this is the last one I'm going to do in the video. This is another one of my favorite color combinations as well. Gave it a couple of spritzes. Got to move those magnets out of the way. Stamp it down, and boom. Done. So I'm going to clean off my... Oh, I lied. I totally thought I was done. Oh, see, those magnets got stuck together. Whew. Yeah, thought I was done. Let's see what color we're doing here, because I don't even know. I totally thought we were moving on. Okay, this is Salty Ocean, Faded Jeans, and something. I missed it. Salty Ocean, Faded Jeans, and Stormy Sky. Salty Ocean, Faded Jeans, and Stormy Sky. So I'm going to press that down. This is my last one, I promise. That first one that we did in the video was just a tester, I think. It was my tester. All right, so I'm done. I can move my Misti, and it's time to turn these babies into cards here. So this is what we're going to be putting together. So easy to do. I am using these little note cards by Lawn Fawn. This is the one called Hippo. They have a bunch of different colors. And I am just going to adhere all these watercolored panels down towards the bottom of the note card here. And I'm going to do this for every single card. And don't worry, I'm not going to show you me doing it for every single card. It's bad enough I showed you inking up this stamp 5 times. All right, so I'm going to do this for all 5. I've trimmed down some black cardstock as well, and that's going to be a little border up there at the top of the card. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of that and adhere that to the top. That's why I left that gap up there at the top of the note card. And I'm going to do this with all of the cards. So I'll adhere my, and again, once you get in a groove, you just get going. I actually have my iPad off to the side, which y'all don't see or hear, but I am watching West Wing while I am making these cards. Do you guys like West Wing? I think it's a hoot. I think that show is hilarious. I don't understand any of the political stuff, but I love this show. I think it's so funny. Jed Bartlett for president, right? All right, so I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive to this black strip and put that up to the top of the card, and you get the general idea. I'm going to do this for all of the cards. And the last thing I'm going to do is get some of that black soot distress ink, and I'm going to smush that down onto an acrylic block or your work surface or whatever. And I'm going to spray a little bit of water, and you know it's coming. Anytime I'm getting water and spraying it on there, you guessed, I'm going to do some flicks of this black. So I'm going to grab my paintbrush, and I'm just going to flick on some random water flicks onto all of the cards just to tie in that black little strip we added to the top. And that's it. I'm going to do that with every single one of these cards, and then that's going to be the whole set. You can give this away as a card set to someone, or you know, you can just hold on to it when you need to give out a bunch of cards. I love this saying here. I think it's fantastic. As soon as I saw this release from W+9, I knew I had to have that stamp set. It's very inspirational. Turn your can'ts into cans and your dreams into plans. I did notice I missed that one spot there on that stamp, so I'm just going in with the tip of my paintbrush and adding in that paint up there, or that ink up there to the T, and that took care of that. No one will ever know. So that's it. Super easy cards to mass produce using the Misti and the DIY Distress ink pads. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you see that little subscribe button down there at the bottom and you haven't already, go ahead and click on it and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I would love to have you. Thanks so much for watching. As always, if you're interested in the supplies, they are listed below in the description of the YouTube or over on my blog. And over on my blog, I have individual pictures of each card so you can see the colors if you're interested in that as well. Thanks so much for watching.